trainer? What makes someone actually effective? You know, we have a lot of trainers and we see them out in the real world as well. Some of them are great, some of them are fantastic, unfaultable, you know, and others, and they might have been doing it for 20 years, but others you look at, you empathise for the learners in front of you. So.
Absolutely. I think there's a few things that make a good instructor, a good teacher. Their attitude is very important. You know, I have a passion for teaching, for people learning from me, and I want to see that person from point A, which is the start of his learning, through the skill or the task, right to the end. And I want to see that progress, and I get a massive satisfaction of that person. Almost you see that light go on in their head, or that, you know, that oh, I get it look on their face. That gives me great satisfaction, you know, and that's my aim. But I think that the attitude of the person, the ability to be able to adapt their style to the individuals, to have empathy for the trainee as well. There was an instance where I had a gentleman ring me that had issues with some online learning, and he openly admitted that he was computer illiterate. He hadn't spent a lot of time, you know, on computers, and he was just having trouble getting through the course. And I spent 2 hours on the phone with him, trying to guide him through the online course. Now, it was a long online course, and I could only guide him through a short part, but it was difficult for me because I wasn't there with him, but I had empathy for him, so I kept at it.
Yep.
You know, I could have quite easily said, look, you know, I'm sorry, I can't help you, but I kept at it. And we got him through a couple of topics, and we got him through a couple of assessments, and at the end I said, you know, are you happy? Can you talk me through the next process? And he talked me through the next process. I'm going to give him a ring today, because this was only last night. I'll give him a ring today, and I'll find out how he went, you know, and see if he needs any more help, and if I can guide him some other way as well. That, I think, you know, I haven't just sort of shut him off now. You know, so I think that attitude as a trainer, as an instructor, is very important.
Absolutely, and I think that's part of the training team's ethos, is that you know, if people do need assistance, they should feel free to consult with us, because that's what we're here for, not just rolling up on a Saturday and teaching for 6 hours, but providing that support ongoing. And that, you know, we could look at that and say, well, you know, what the course was about was nothing to do with IT, and nothing to do with the ability to navigate through the Moodle classroom, but it's the passion within you to teach and to train. And so what you were really doing is teaching foundation skills in relation to, you know, how to navigate through a computer process, and that's really important, because that is part of who we are, whether we're a volunteer trainer or whether we're a staff trainer and assessor. It really makes no difference. We are there to support the learner in whatever way they need to, and that includes foundation skills when you're delivering accredited training.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. The instructor needs to have a high level of skill and knowledge of the task.
Yes.
And one of the things that some instructors do will just teach the task. This is how we do it. And I think there's a lot more to that. There's background. Why do we do it? How did we do it in the past? And if it has changed, why did it change? Give them the background knowledge, because, again, I'll go back to doing up the carabiner. Why do we do up the carabiner? So it doesn't come open. Now, that may be a bit obvious, but then we'll go into, well, why do we have it gravity fed? So if it's going to unscrew, it's always going to unscrew to the lock-up position.
Okay.
Not just, we always have it gravity fed, without the explanation. And I think a good instructor will give the explanations. I think that helps the learner to understand why we do things. Their delivery style is very important. Quite often you'll see a trainer standing up in front of a PowerPoint presentation and they're turning around looking at the PowerPoint presentation, totally ignoring their students and their participants.
Yeah.
You know. Setting up their classroom so everyone is focused and looking forward, or having the ability to be able to talk to individual students and then talk to students as a group as well.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime not making others feel left out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Controlling the room as well,
Yeah.
I think is very important. Sometimes
Yes.
I've been in classes where the room is out of control. This little group's talking over here and this little group's talking over there. The instructor doesn't sort of take control of the room, and then he could be talking about something that is vitally important. People are missing